Hey guys, welcome back. It's Limitless here. So before we get started, remember to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Otherwise, Santa Claus is going to start delivering your presents in the middle of July. Anyway, so before we get into it, guys, so you know we're on Onslaught floor 358. I was messing around a bit and I decided, you know what, it's not ready, but I'm going to toss it out there. So we're on 5 out of 5 right there, the 625 enemies. It should perform pretty well, even though, like I said, it's not complete. And I'm actually only using it in one form right now, but you guys will see. We've got siege rollers, got some frosty stuff there with another roller there. I didn't see that before. That's fun. Various things. We've got flyers in a couple lanes, you know. Anyway, let's get into it. We'll go ahead and wreck this. And then we'll go ahead and head back to the tavern and I'll show you how it's done and what the flex options are for this build. As always, I'm going to try to keep it a bit short for you, so you can see I barely have anything over there. It wrecked the siege roller. Siege rollers are near 400 mil health, because again, it is floor 358, so. Yeah, he's almost dead as it is. And now he is dead. Actually, where is that Yeti at? I should probably be paying attention. Because, you know, the game works better when you actually pay attention, given that it's a strategy game. Ooh, look at you. Barely alive, but that's because I don't really upgrade that lane. And to be fair, guys, this is just me running a basic version here. But like I said, we'll get into that in a bit. Given that this is a stronger lane here, it's got lethargic. I'm curious how that siege roller is going to go, so we're just going to hang out and watch that. See some drops here. I'm getting all trashed like usual. That's how it usually goes for me, guys. I usually get trash. So, something that sets this build apart is that there's a lot of flex in the way you can build it, and there's also flex in the way that you upgrade it. So, that's nasty looking right there. There's so many of these little guys. Y'all need to chill. Oh, I'm getting assassins here. Get out of here. That's the only problem with siege rollers, and it did perform just fine, but it's that when they get petrified, they don't take any damage. They're glitched. And they've never fixed that. Anyway, it's time to move on back to the tavern here, and we'll show you guys what we're doing. It's a lot of fun, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. It does carry pretty hard, so. And in most cases, you are going to be able to take out the flyer lanes without any extra building, so. Which, I mean, you literally saw on that map. I did not build extra for flyers. Alright, so here's the flex part of the build. So what I was using just there, maybe I should do it over here. It's basically this. Set this as close as I can, and then this is a flex spot right here when building it. You can put the lightning strikes over here or in back, and that will change places with the nether spiders. So that's up to you guys. And then depending on your lane and how much DU you have, you can build a double, a triple, but for most of them, I'm just doing this. And that's the generalized part of the build right there. That's 190 DU. It fits almost anywhere. If you really need to cut it back to 180, you can go ahead and strip this down to a 3 node. Or you can even go further, and this is where some of the flex comes in too. If you want to build a 2-piece, there. Well, that cuts you down to 170, and in that case, if you have a storm and water elemental proton, you can go ahead and set that in front. That's going to put you at 200. Now, that's one of the things about this. So the ranges here, we're seeing like 1820 on the Flame Aura, and we're seeing what, almost 1800 on the Weapon Man. So both of these are big enough to catch flyers in most lanes. As it is right now, I do have the destructive on the Flame Aura, so it's not that strong. But normally, if you're using this version of the build, you go ahead and put the destructive on your proton, which I don't have built right now because I wasn't using it. And also, I'll let you guys know too, the relic that I'm using is normally right there. I'm gearing up for a bigger one. Now, if you want to use 2 of them for a bigger occasional build, that's fine. Just do 1 water, 1 storm. Now, as far as how the flex goes when you're upgrading it, because I did mention there's flex in the upgrade, you have to prioritize here. With the balloons? Oh. So with that, I mean, generally, you can actually drop a lightning strike and, far away, and it'll end up killing them. But that's what I'll show you too. So keep in mind, guys, right here, nether spiders, they're not perfect. They don't have a DPS counter. Not sure why. But what I'll do is I'll build one over here and let you guys see the kind of DPS that we're dealing with that, because like I said, I do have the destructive on my Flame Aura. And that's in stage 1 with just those right there. So, now the thing to keep in mind, guys, is that the spider spawner is one of your 2 heavy hitters. The LSA is your other heavy hitter. You can see they're both really quite powerful. Over 9 mil there, 8.6 there. Now things like ogres and stuff like that, it's going to be better if you have, an LSA buffed up first. That's just going to wreck them faster, that's their weakness. If you need to wreck mobs faster, you're getting overrun, the spider spawner is going to be the way to go. Let's see, we can see right here. Yeah, that actually does pretty significant DPS there. Yeah. It's 17.2 mil, but that's not the DPS, as you guys can see right there. Because it does not have a DPS counter. So anyway, what we're using for the build here, we've got this on the Flame Aura. Obviously I'm using my old Flame Aura relic, no big deal. Like I said, destructive on there. And as you can see, I do have that overcap to help with Frosties, but you don't have to. I could add more damage there if I wanted to add Vampiric or something. Lightning strikes. This is one of the big heavy hitters. There's 2 in the build, so it's nice. You get a lot of flex in how you handle things. And if you have headstrongs, remember, you can overdrop lightning strikes because they're only 20. Alright, and then for our nether spiders, we've got... Yeah, I'm using my Shatterquake relic. I should not be doing that, because Shatterquake does nothing here, but... so it's a wasted slot. My augmented explosions, it's not gilded, but it will be later. So like I said, there's a lot with this build that I don't have fixed right now, but it still wrecks. And then here, we're using our Reflect Beam right there. We've got a Vicious on there. It is overcapped. And then our Weapon Main here, that is also overcapped. Normally, anyway. I have automation on there right now because I didn't really have big Frosty Orcs to worry about. So that's up to you guys. It just gives you the flex so you can build that, you know, past the reflect beam or whatever if you need to. It's also easier to not have multiple nodes shut down that way if you're building more than one. And then, yeah, as far as some flyers and all that, something to keep in mind too is that both of these defenses and this right here, they all hit flyers if they're close enough to them. Now, a lot of bombers, if they see a manufacturer node or they see a reflect beam, they will bomb it. That's just the way it's going to go. Sometimes you got to grab their attention with a little DPS and set them into oh crap mode. It's okay. It's the way it goes. But you guys saw in that there I had 2 flyer lanes, and with the base setup here I did not have to change anything. I didn't have to specifically build anything for the flyers. And I should mention too, the flame wars were not upgraded. So it's a record, guys. Like, you know, I hope you enjoy it. There's a lot of flex for it. Like I said, there's flex in the build, there's flex in the upgrading. And, you know, like I showed you here, there's even flex in some of the mods. Like here, I can drop this for something else, more damage. I could drop it for overcapping for Frosties. Oh yeah, I mean, if that's the case and you're just getting bodied by numbers, then you could use more than one of them, or you could supplement with an additional defense like that right there. Weapon manufacturer at 1800, it's big enough to help you catch them, especially if you have a nice placement, because you can be really sneaky with those nodes. And then, like you saw, it does have the stunning revelation, all that, so it can stun on its own too to help you, you know, actually burn them down. So anyway, if you want to see right here what we're talking about, so with the max fighters here and our heavy hitters, we got 17.2 mil attack damage. That's not the DPS, it's just the damage. They can spawn up to 3 of them. And then we've got 50.7 mil in the lightning strikes. Like, you're gonna be shredding. So hope this helps you guys out. Remember, leave that like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. God bless.